You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to your Thursday edition of Good Morning Vail. We've got a great show in store for you. Not only are we going to introduce you to a wonderful marketing firm here that might help you grow your business, that's High Five. We're going to have Chris Romer from the Vail Valley Partnership come into the studio and give us some great information about their 60th year anniversary here in the community. Now, if you are a young business, a new starting business, well then the Vail Valley Partnership is a wonderful resource for you. Wildfire season is upon us, and we're going to give you some great tips and tricks on how you can keep yourself and your family safe during these harsh conditions. And then we're, of course, going to inspire you to make a delicious meal at home. Good Morning Vail starts right now. Let's take a look at that local weather forecast for today. We are expecting to see those temperatures progressively warm up quite a bit. 61 degrees around 8 a.m., high of 83. 20% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy skies with winds coming out of the northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look at Vail by the hour, you can see beautiful sunshine kicking us off first thing this morning. That high settling in between that 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock hour. We will see some cloud coverage increase throughout the course of the afternoon, continuing into this evening. Now, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, the temperatures down in Denver are nice and warm, 97 degrees, beautiful sunshine down there, 83 in Vail with a 20% chance of precipitation, 86 in Avon with a 15% chance of moisture, 90 degrees in Eagle with a 15% chance of precipitation. As we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down, 54 degrees is our overnight low, 15% chance of rainfall continuing overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies, that sun's still setting past 8:30 p.m. 8:35 is when we're going to see that go down. Winds coming out of the southwest, so shifting directions at 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the course of tonight. As we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, beautiful sunshine is in the forecast for tomorrow. 82 degrees is the high, 85 on Saturday with a 20% chance of precipitation, 50% chance of rainfall on Sunday. Afternoon thunderstorms are likely. Temperatures still up into the mid-80s, decreasing by Monday into the low 80s, 80 degrees with a 60% chance of precipitation. Then by Tuesday, we are expecting to see those temperatures go down quite progressively into the 70s with an increased chance of precipitation. That's a look at your local weather forecast. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to introduce you to Dennis from High Five, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces.
Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood, Check your local program schedule and tune in.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. If you're a wonderful nonprofit here in the community, well, we've got the perfect marketing firm to introduce you to, and that's High Five. I'm joined by Dennis McMahon. Good morning, Dennis.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you this morning?
Doing great, thanks.
We were talking off camera about what High Five does, and you guys are such an important organization here in the community because you really do help nonprofits grow. So let's talk about some of the services that you offer.
Excellent, thank you so much. Yeah, we really enjoy working with our local nonprofits to effect great change here in the community. And the services we provide start with branding based on an organization's values and what they stand for. And then we move into things like website builds, digital media campaigns, and collateral design.
Which I think it's really important as you're taking on these nonprofits that they do have that brand voice in some direction so that you can really help them capture that to the audience who maybe doesn't know a lot about the nonprofit.
It really is important. What we find is that culture and brand voice and leadership and what the leadership team stands for, they're all so closely interconnected. And when you align those things, then everything is very trustworthy, easy to understand, and the audience gets what it is that you're trying to communicate.
Which I think is important as you're working with brands and they're starting to come to you, that people do understand that you are trying to be authentic with the brands and the marketing that you're pushing out. And so having all of those details worked out before coming to High Five as a marketing firm is a great stepping stone.
It's a great place to begin, yet it's also, we find that it's really difficult for organizations to know those things. You know, sometimes the look in the mirror is a little more difficult and less clear than when somebody communicates it back to you. So we're really great at helping people identify those things too. And so authenticity is a reflection of the self, and it's also something that we help people bring definition to.
Now, if someone is interested in working with you, what do those first steps look like?
Really, the first steps would be just to visit the website, reach out, and schedule a meeting. We have a booking tool on our website at highfive.com, HYFYVE, and they just book a meeting, and then we have a little chat and see if we're a good fit for one another.
I think it's really important that, yeah, you're compatible. I think that's a right step in the direction. Now, we just had the website up on the screen. I love the website. That's a very fun website.
Oh,
I'm going to give you props to that because that drew me in right away. And so clearly, as a marketing firm, you guys are doing a great job.
Well, thank you so much. It means a lot. We just celebrated our 10th year as a company this year, back in January, and continue to grow, you know, slowly but surely, and it's a terrific organization full of really, really talented people.
10 years, congratulations, that's amazing.
Thank you so much. Heck yeah.
Now, as we're talking about some of the services that you do offer, let's talk about some of those nitty-gritty details. You guys offer social media help?
We do some social media, yeah. We focus a lot on LinkedIn, to be honest, because In many cases, the Meta platform can be really good for consumer-based businesses.
Yes.
LinkedIn and Meta are also good for nonprofit outreach, especially as it pertains to fundraising and awareness. So yeah, we do a bit of that.
And then you help build websites. So maybe if someone's website's a little outdated, which is something we're seeing quite a bit of, you guys can help modernize those.
Absolutely, yeah. There are so many great and efficient website platforms now where if an organization finds their website is not super compatible with mobile devices or it's just antiquated, yeah, there are a lot of great solutions that are economical to get your website up to current technology.
Which I think is really important because if you think about it, everyone pulls their phone out, looks at websites quickly on their phone to find the latest happenings, the menus, just all those little details. And so making websites mobile accessible is one of those little details that a lot of nonprofits could be missing out on.
You know, it's really not optional any longer. It's mandatory. If you want to be successful and you want to reach your audience, you got to have something that's going to work well on the phone.
And so if someone is interested in a website design, what do those steps look like as they go through the process with you?
It really depends on the size of the project and the scope of work. If there's custom functionality, we would go through a full exploration and utilize probably a WordPress platform for the website build. But if it's a smaller organization that's beginning to grow, we would basically identify some templates that would work well based on content and audience, and then we just build and make it happen very quickly.
Which I think is so wonderful that it's so easy, it's so fluent for people to get involved with, because honestly a lot of nonprofits can be outdated, and especially here in our community.
Yeah, you know, there are a lot of nonprofits, and the truth of the matter is that like anything else, it's important that we focus on what we're really good at and what our objective is in our place of work. So to offload some of those responsibilities, like building a website and making sure you're doing the right thing to get it done, leave it to the experts, you know?
I think it's important to do that as well. Now, what other services do you offer? Social media help, website design help. What else is there?
You know, we truly love branding and copywriting and messaging, because another thing that I think is oftentimes missed is that a lot of organizations like to talk about what they do. We are this type of brand or this type of business. These are the things that we do. But they miss the opportunities to say, this is what we offer you as the audience. Because in the end, everything that you build and develop should be about the people you serve and less about yourself. So we like to really make sure that comes forward in all of these different aspects of marketing, which is a really big collection of media these days.
Yeah, and not everyone is doing a great job of getting their true mission statement out right now, and some people are even losing mission statements. So as High Five, as a company, what is your mission statement?
We're out here to help mission-driven brands just grow and thrive. That I haven't actually written our mission statement.
Put you right on the spot.
Cobbler's kids go barefoot, you know, but we do mission and vision types of statements and key values for organizations. And when we have the opportunity to do that, then that will inform the rest of the marketing campaign and the message platform, so that we're always tying back to the essence of the brand and making it as simple and honest and, as you said before, authentic as it possible.
Now, not everyone knows the importance of copyright. Why is copyright on your website so important?
Copywriting is critical because it feels like there's so much to say all the time when you are the person providing the service, but you got to remember, again, it's about your audience. So you need to get to the point as quickly as possible, and you need to communicate the benefits to the audience in as few words as you can.
And sometimes it's great to have an expert writer do that, so you're not stumbling over the sentences that you've written a million times.
Absolutely the case. I mean, being able to copy and paste from a text document instead of trying to reinvent the same thing that you need to say again and again is very efficient, and it's also just going to really help with brand adoption.
These are all such great tips and tricks. Now, as people are maybe looking at their website, nonprofits are sitting down, listening to you give all this great advice, looking at their website. What's the best way for people to get in contact with you besides the website?
Just hit me up on the website or find me on LinkedIn. I'm pretty active on that platform, and also anybody can reach out to me via my cell.
All great tips and tricks. Now, if you had to give one piece of advice to a nonprofit for their marketing strategy, what would it be?
Pay attention to your audience and your successes and the things that you love to do, and don't let all of the new flashy ideas and things that may come up in a one-off conversation at the water cooler distract you from your mission and your goals.
I think that's a brilliant piece of advice to carry right there. Dennis, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information. And one more time, what's the website?
The website is highfive.com. It's HYFYVE. Thank you so much. Appreciate this.
Of course, thank you. Make sure that if you're a nonprofit and you need some marketing help, that you check out High Five, because they've got all of the great services to offer you, from the copywriting to updating your website, because if it is not mobile function, it is not working for you. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
This is Necklace. This easy-to-use, non-surgical alternative improves the appearance of sagging skin around your neck and jawline. Made from medical-grade tape, Necklace lasts up to 10 hours, giving you a firmer, smoother look all day long.
This is the one that works.
Starting on one side, peel off to expose adhesive and affix it beneath your earlobe. Stretch the strip around the back of your neck until it reaches the other side. Remove the white backing from the other end of the strip and attach under the other earlobe. Go ahead and take your hair down.
Wow, look at that! Necklace really is the one that works.
Women everywhere are thrilled with the results.
Necklace is my time machine, and I'm loving life again.
Necklace is way better than surgery. It's cheaper and it's easier.
Oh wow, took my 2 years off here.
Well, I like it. It's like a mini facelift.
Oh, it totally works.
Think I need a box or two.
Use the on-screen QR code or visit sagnomore.com to order now. We even give you a money-back guarantee. Try Necklace today.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino hosts Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience. Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
The Paltrow Cast is an award-winning weekly series featuring exclusive interviews with entertainers, athletes, and other influencers. Tune in weekdays at 10 a.m. to see where the conversation takes us.
Paltrow Cast.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now I'm joined by the one and only Chris Romer from the Vail Valley Partnership with some exciting things that they have going on. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Maddie. It's great to be here.
It's so lovely to have you here. For everyone who doesn't know, Chris is like a local celebrity, but on a high-scale volume.
I don't know what to say to that, so I will say thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love getting to spend some time with you because I love hearing all of the incredible things that you're participating in the community, and you're really the go-to for all community activities.
Yeah, our team at the partnership is the go-to for all kinds of things in the community, from business resources to local community events to the tools and the voice for business at a state or regional level. So we really are well connected in our role at the Chamber of Commerce to be able to connect businesses and organizations to the resources that exist. And there's a lot at the federal level, the state level, the regional level, funding resources, business coaching. A lot of those services are provided at no cost, and people just don't know about them because why would they? So we're happy to be that connector and that convener to help bring people together and connect them to the resources and information that's out there.
And I feel like that's probably why the Vail Valley Partnership is one of the Chamber of the Year finalists. So let's brag a little bit about our local chamber.
Sure thing. Yeah, it is quite an honor. The National Chamber of Commerce Association every year picks a Chamber of the Year to represent what they believe is the best Chamber of Commerce in the country. You're invited to apply. So I checked with my team when we received the invitation, and they were excited to apply, and our board was excited for us to apply. So we put together our application and submitted our materials, and we're fortunate enough to be selected as one of 3 finalists across the nation, Maddie. So we're really excited about that, and we'll have an in-person interview next week at our annual conference, and we'll find out on Wednesday evening next week if we're recognized as the Chamber of the Year. And we're very fortunate to have been nominated in 2015, and we're really fortunate to have won and been recognized as the Chamber of the Year in both 2016 and in 2020. So we're trying to keep that momentum in 2024 and trying to help celebrate not just our organization, of course, but the entire community, because it really is community recognition for our business community and the things that happen here in Eagle County and the big projects that we're fortunate to be a part of.
And there's so many projects that you guys have your foot in the door at, which is incredible because there's nowhere that you go and you don't hear, oh yeah, the Vail Valley Partnership helped us, which I think is one of the strongest aspects of our community. Is once you are in the community and you feel like part of the family, you become part of this family that we have here, and it's magical.
Yeah, and those things don't happen by accident, right? Yep. There's board service training and professional development and leadership classes and after-hours mixers and educational programs and series. There is a lot going on, and not just the partnership, but other groups and other nonprofits and other local organizations doing these things that help bring people together to be part of that family, to have that social connection, to tie people to and connect people to others, to help give people their sense of purpose of what is it that I want to be involved in, where can my voice be heard, and where can I have an impact. And the great thing about a smaller community like ours is that there are so many opportunities, be it volunteering or being involved or working for a nonprofit or whatever the case. There are so many chances and opportunities and choices to get involved and really deepen your connection to community.
And not just working, you can also just volunteer. If you don't want to fully commit, you guys have great volunteer opportunities that you place all over your website, so you really can get people involved at any level.
Yeah, and not just with us, but with all the other nonprofits from, I'm not even going to list them because I'll miss people, but there are dozens and dozens
Yes.
of ways to volunteer and be engaged, from environmental to children to animals to whatever it is you're passionate about, and then you get to meet people doing that, and so you get to do good, and you get to have your own sense of purpose fulfilled, and you get to meet other people who have similar interests. It's really a win-win. You help the community, you help the organization you're volunteering with, and you get some benefit from it as well.
It's a full circle moment
It
of
really is.
becoming part of the community family. Now, you guys have been providing this service in the community for 60 years. Congratulations.
Yeah, 60 years. The Vail Valley Partnership will celebrate our 60th anniversary in September. We have a party planned at the Riverwalk backyard We'll have a band. We'll have a lot of our past staff and board members. And it'll be our regular after-hours mixer with a little bit of a celebration thrown in to celebrate 60 years. It's really wild to think about. Our community is not that old. As we know it today, Vail was incorporated in Vail Resorts, started Vail Associates at the time in 1962. Wow. We started in 1964. And that was before the town of Vail or the town of Avon were even thought of. Right? So the business community recognized the need to have a voice and an association before they even realized that it was important to have a town. Because the town came a couple years after we did. They'll be celebrating their 60th in a couple years. So it's a really big deal, and we're so grateful to the volunteer boards and to the prior staff members over that time who helped build this organization into a Chamber of the Year finalist, where the world recognizes us as a place for business and for the resources available to our business community. So it's really pretty special to me and to our team.
Well, and we get to celebrate 18 years of Chris Romer being with the Vail Valley Partnership, which is so incredible because I do feel like you front run so many wonderful things, and you are very involved in the community, which I think shows your love and your passion for the community just by seeing you out and participating in all the activities. Now, something else we really wanted to talk about is the incredible flights that are being added to the Eagle County Regional Airport. Yeah, it's one of the different programs that we run and that we're involved with is the EGE Air Alliance. And the EGE Air Alliance works really closely with the airport. We work closely with our airline partners to bring new flights into the Eagle County Regional Airport. We're really excited. We just announced yesterday new flights from both Seattle and San Diego this winter on Alaska Airlines. Those flights will start December 20th and run through March 16th. So we'll have a 15 or 16 week window of flights to San Diego and Seattle. Seattle and San Diego, there's so much opportunity there for locals to sneak away during the winter to San Diego, connect through Alaska to get to Hawaii, whatever the case might be. There's lots of opportunity, and it's our first ever low-cost carrier at Eagle County Regional Airport, which I think that we're really excited about bringing a low-cost carrier for the impact it might have on the airport and accessibility for locals to have a little getaway to some pretty cool destinations. That serotonin boost to see the sunshine when we're in the dead of winter, I think, is really going to help all of us. Chris. San Diego in February might be really popular with the locals. Yeah, right. I'm already trying to plan my trip before March 16th comes. Right. That way I can go enjoy the sunshine. Now, these are all such great elements to what the Vail Valley Partnership does, and really, we truly are grateful as a community for everything that you do and everything that you guys provide. Now, if a local business or maybe a new starting business is interested in getting involved with the Vail Valley Partnership, what do those moments before look like? Yeah, it's just feel free to give us a call. Check out our website at vailvalleypartnership.com. Attend one of our events. We'd be happy to welcome anyone to attend one of our events and check it out and see what it's all about. Meet some new people. Our staff and team is happy to walk you through all of the different benefits and programs and engagement opportunities to see what makes the most sense. But vailvalleypartnership.com has everything you might need, including a full staff list with all of our contact information so you can reach out direct. Which is amazing because your entire staff is phenomenal. It always feels like I'm walking into like a family reunion anytime I come to the Vail Valley Partnership events, which really shows that it is so community-based and so community-oriented, and we really appreciate that. Yeah, well, thank you, and we're honored and privileged to be able to do that. Chris, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and thank you for all the hard work you put into our community. Thanks, Maddie. I appreciate it. Make sure that you go to the Vail Valley Partnership website. That way you can mark your calendars to celebrate the 60th year anniversary of having someone be a great chamber, and make sure that you continue to watch. That way you can hear when we win Chamber of the Year. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that. And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. They're NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie and Astis.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Good morning, Vail.
Let's take another look at that local weather forecast for today. We are expecting to see temperatures progressively warm up. 61 degrees first thing this morning, a high of 83, 20% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy skies, winds coming out of the northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the course of today, so that slight breeze may be helping cool those temperatures down just a little bit. As we take a look at Vail by the hour, beautiful sunshine starting us off first thing this morning, cloud coverage rolling in into the afternoon, that high settling in between that 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock hour, partly cloudy skies as we continue into this evening before those temperatures really start to decrease for tonight. As we take a look at that I-70 corridor, temperatures down in Denver, nice and warm, 97 degrees in Denver, sunshine with a little bit of cloud coverage, 83 in Vail with a 20% chance of precipitation, 86 in Avon with a 15% chance of moisture, 90 degrees in Eagle with a 15% chance of precipitation. So temperatures both out to the east and to the west of us reaching up into the 90s. As we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures cooling down, 54 degrees is our overnight low, 15% chance of rainfall, partly cloudy skies, and that sun setting at 8:35 p.m. Wind shifting directions coming out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, beautiful sunshine is in the forecast for tomorrow with a high of 82, 85 by Saturday with a 20% chance of precipitation. Then as we continue into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we are expecting increased chances of moisture, temperatures ranging from the mid-80s down into the mid-70s. So just be prepared for all that precipitation coming our way. Now we're going to introduce you to a great segment here at TV8. It's called the Divine Design, and we're going to talk to Rugs Benedict about some beautiful wood flooring that you can put in your house.
Welcome to Rugs Benedict here in Avon with all of your flooring needs. And joining us, we have Mandy Benedict, one of the owners here. Mandy, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming into the store today.
It is such a beautiful store and a beautiful space here, but we're starting with the wood flooring here. What have we got?
So we have a huge array of every species that you could like, the things that are going to be most durable in the mountain environment, the different finishes, the different colors, widths, patterns, just about anything that you're looking for, and things that will actually work in our mountain environment as well.
Yeah, very, very important when you're getting that flooring here. So obviously rugs Benedict, but it's so much more. We have the wood here, so many different types, right? Can you tell us how many kinds and what offerings you have?
Yes, so we have a lot of engineered options which perform really, really well in the mountain environment. Think of engineering a bridge that you're going to create more stability, and because it's so dry here, you need to take into account like how the wood will perform. So we specialize in things that are going to perform really well in the mountains.
Awesome, awesome. And with such 70 people on staff about, all professionals, sometimes it's almost just as important as the installation as it is getting the wood, right?
It is. We have incredible craftsmen. They're masters at installation and humidity and really just pulling everything together to make your job look perfect and stand the test of time.
I love that. And we have so much more behind. Let's go take a look at some of these other ones, right?
Yeah.
And on the floor here.
We have a ton of display floors so you can imagine what it would look like in your actual space, as well as a lot of sample boards that you can check out and look at in your home as well.
Okay.
So one of the things that we kind of pride ourselves on is having unique options. So if you really want to feature an area of your home and create some uniqueness, we have all the options of parquets and herringbones and just some really interesting styles.
Awesome, awesome. What else do people need to know about wood flooring here at Rugs Benedict?
I would say the greatest thing is our flooring design team will walk you through the entire process. The thing that I hear is people walk out the store all the time. They go, wow, that was so easy. I was not expecting that to be such an easy process. So really, if you come in, we'll take care of supporting you from A to Z, everything that you need.
Yeah, so come on in, check out Rugs Benedict here in Avon. Much more than rugs, it's all the flooring needs you have. So come on down, check out Rugs Benedict.
Good morning, Vail.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh.
If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point for this competition!
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No.
Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging onto our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
Good morning, Vail.
Wildfire season is upon us, and it's really important that you take care of your respiratory system, but also the respiratory system of your family. And I'm joined by Dr. Nikki Vars-McCullough. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you've got quite an impressive title, so I will let you explain your title.
Yes, I am a respiratory health specialist at 3M Company in our personal safety division.
Now, we see a lot of pollution taking place in the air during wildfire season with hazardous weather conditions. Why is it important that people protect themselves against those?
Yeah, when we have a lot of pollution in the air, that pollution can make you have some health effects. You might notice that your eyes and your nose and your throat are itchy. You might be coughing. You might feel really tired or have a headache. And certain populations, such as people with lung conditions like asthma, the elderly, children, they need to be extra careful when we have high air pollution.
Now, what other aspects can contribute to poor air quality besides just wildfires and bad weather conditions?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more heat across the country, and that heat causes a lot of drought, which can also put just a lot of dirt and dust up in the air. Certainly vehicle emissions, cars and trucks, but also factory emissions. All of those things contribute to air pollution, and air pollution can travel hundreds of miles across the country. So even if you don't have wildfire smoke or drought in your immediate area, your community still may experience poor air quality at times.
Now, there's an air quality index. For people who don't know what that is, how to use it, or why it's important to track it, can you give us some more information?
Sure. The air quality index is simply a number, and that number has been developed by the Environmental Protection Agency, and it gives us an indication of how good or bad our air is. You can find this number often in your local news reports, apps on your phone, or on the Environmental Protection Agency. And you can find it just right in your local community. If that number is low, less than 50, that means the air is good and everyone can breathe it and not have to worry. When we start to get above 50, then those sensitive populations I mentioned, they really should start paying attention. And if we start to see that number get way up in the hundreds, that means all of us need to be paying attention.
Now, what are some ways that people can help maintain indoor good air quality? That way they're protecting themselves at home.
Yeah, one of the things you can do is to not create new particles in your homes. So avoid burning candles, avoid cooking really smoky, oily foods. And if the air outside is bad, you want to close your doors and windows to try to prevent that air from coming inside. If you have an HVAC system, you can turn it on and use a high efficiency air filter in it and keep it running continuously. You want to use a filter with a MERV 13 or higher rating, like Filtrete. Now, if you have a home without an HVAC system like I do, I use portable air cleaners. You can buy a portable air cleaner with a high efficiency filter, or you can actually make your own using a box fan and a high efficiency furnace filter like Filtrete.
These are all such great tips and tricks for people to take home with them. Now, as people are maybe experiencing some poor air quality in their area, what is the best way for them to protect themselves and their family if they have to make their way outside during one of these poor quality days?
Yeah, a lot of us just can't stay inside. We might need to get to work, to get to school, or we might work outside doing landscaping, construction, delivery. In that case, the recommendation is to consider using an N95 respirator mask. We all got very familiar with these types during COVID, but it's really important that you look for one that says NIOSH, that's N-I-O-S-H, and N95 on it. That means it's been certified by the US government to have good air filtration. You want to pick one that fits your face and make sure that you're using both straps and forming that nose clip to your nose. That way the particles go through the filter and don't sneak around the edges.
Now, what do you do if you're exposed to wildfire smoke and other extreme weather conditions?
You really should be paying attention to the recommendations from your local authorities. And if you're in danger, immediate danger, make sure that you're following their instructions. If you're affected by air pollution, the AQI is high, and you're far away, again, keep in mind, stay indoors, use high efficiency air filters, and if you do go outside, consider an N95 respirator.
Thank you so much for giving us all this information. Now, if someone is looking to find more information, where can they go?
They can go to the Centers for Disease Control website, cdc.gov, or we have lots of information on our website, 3m.com/wildfire safety.
Thank you again so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information and help keeping so many people safe.
Thank you.
Make sure that you use all of these tips and tricks at home. That way you are taking the best care of your respiratory system and the people you love's respiratory system. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Eating some of the best cuisine. and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Good morning, Vail.
Tracy Miller with Colorful Cooking always loves to inspire you to cook better and eat better at home. Well, she's going to do just that with this delicious salmon recipe, and I had the opportunity to try this, so you're not going to want to miss it. Let's take a look.
Time to talk about salmon, anti-inflammatory foods. They help your body stay healthy. They fight against disease. Of course, fatty fishes are a perfect anti-inflammatory food, and salmon is one of the healthiest things that you can eat. So we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in our pan. People get nervous about cooking fish, but I'm going to tell you something. It's super easy. The key is buy a good piece of fish and don't overcook it. And season it. Remember, we're talking about zucchini fritters again. We're talking about how you have to season things nicely. Like, look at how much seasoning I'm going to put on this. I'm going to definitely cover it with a lot of salt and pepper. And I'm also going to get like all these little pieces right here. Like, don't forget about that. Whenever I'm grilling steak or something like that, I make sure I get all the edges. The skin is still on it. So what we're going to do right now is put this flesh side down in the pan. Wait. My pan needs to be a little hotter, so I'm just going to make sure my olive oil is all in there. I want to hear a sizzle when I put it in the pan. And look at that, though. That's a nice piece of fish. Now, what they say when you are looking for fish, when you're buying it, you want to find a piece of fish that doesn't smell like fish. So if you walk up and you're like, ew, that stinks, don't buy it. You also want to make sure it has a nice flesh. Like, see how that's really firm? That's what you want. Okay, we've got a little bit of a warmer pan here, so I'm going to put that fish right down like that, skin side up. We will flip it over. It will not take very long. I put a cold piece of fish in a warm pan, so I'm going to turn the pan up just a little tiny bit. We are going to make an orange avocado blueberry salsa to go on top of the salmon. So see how I'm just pulling that off? It could ripen up another day, but we're using it today. So this is how you do it. You cut around the pit, the seed in the middle, and then you cut like this. This is the perfect way to peel an avocado, and this is how you get most of the nutritional value. You peel it like a banana, right? How many times have you tried to scoop it out with a spoon and it just hasn't worked out? This is how you do that. You peel this like a banana, and then we have a nice avocado. So, and look, I like the firmness of this. If I was making avocado toast, I would be disappointed that it was that firm, but since we're putting it in a salsa, I like it. Okay, so we're just cutting those up into nice little pieces, the kind of the same size as the blueberries. So I'm going to get those in my bowl for salsa. The fish is cooking up nicely. I can hear it kind of sizzling, which is what you want. I'm going to put a bunch of just whole blueberries. And like I said, blueberries are so good right now and so good for you. So we're going to put equal amounts of blueberries and avocado in there. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper, because I love my salt and pepper. Got to have it on everything. I really like spice, so we are putting some jalapeno in there. We'll mince this up really small. Depending on how spicy you want it, take the seeds out if you don't want it that spicy. Keep the seeds in if you do want it spicy. A lot of people claim that if you roast your jalapeno first, then it's going to be even more spicy. And you know what? I kind of believe it because I really like to roast those. Okay, that's too much. We're going to do about 1 part. So 2 parts blueberries, 2 parts avocado, 1 part zucchini. And of course, we'll have the real recipe because nobody likes it when I tell them parts. And then we're going to add some orange. Orange and salmon go so nicely together. I'm going to put a little bit of the orange juice right in there because why waste that delicious juice? And then I'm going to segment this orange. So when you segment an orange, you just do like this, get everything out of there. This is a good orange. I'm kind of surprised though, because oranges are usually a winter time fruit, but this one is juicy and delicious and smells really good. Okay, and then we're going to segment it like that. So we're going to do that all the way around just to keep the membrane out. This is a delicate way to enjoy an orange. All right, moving on over here. Got to get the orange off my hands. If you're flipping your fish or your steak or anything that you're cooking in your pan or on your grill and it doesn't want to flip, it's like stuck a little, give it another minute. You want all those juices. Oh, this one's ready. See that? There we go. And it's starting to cook. I can see that it's still pretty firm. We're going to cook it skin side down now because that is going to make the skin cook and then it'll easily come off. All right, so we've got some orange in there and some jalapeno, some blueberries, starting to get a little messy over here, some blueberries and some avocado. Now I'm going to put a little mint in there. This is actually the only plant that I grow. All right, so we'll put a little mint in there. We've got a little bit of the juice from the orange in there. And now I'm going to add a little more salt and pepper. I know I added some before, but I'm adding a little more. And then I'm going to add a slight, just a tiny bit of rice wine vinegar, just to give it that acidic flavor, taking it off the heat, skin side down. Now that's a sockeye salmon. So there's different kinds of salmon. So you get king salmon, sockeye salmon, coho, and pink. Most of the time we get sockeye. Sockeye is a delicious fish as well, and it's red. It's from the Copper River in Alaska, and that river is like 300 miles long, and these fish have to swim upstream forever. So they're big, they're meaty, they're delicious, and they're really healthy for you, high in omega-3s and good food for anti-inflammatory eating. And then there's coho, and coho you can find as well, and that's kind of like sockeye coho is just a little bit below that, but it's still very delicious. Okay, there we go. We have our salmon. See, this is how I do it. I like just kind of touch it. See how it's firm like that? That means it's nice and done. Sockeye salmon with anti-inflammatory salsa on it. Go out there, cook, eat healthy, and enjoy yourself. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome back to the show. Let's take one final look at that local weather forecast. We are expecting to see a high of 83 degrees, a 20% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy skies with winds coming out of the northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look at Vail by the hour, you can see us starting our morning off with that beautiful sunshine, cloud coverage increasing throughout the course of today, that high settling in between that 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock hour. Now, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, temperatures down in Denver, nice and warm, 97 degrees, 83 in Vail with a 20% chance of precipitation, 15% chance of moisture in Avon with a high of 86, 90% chance of 90 degrees in Eagle with a 15% chance of precipitation. Temperatures both out to the east and to the west of us reaching up into the 90s. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are going to cool down. So as you're making your way out to do anything in our wonderful community, just make sure that you have that rain jacket with you. We'll see you tomorrow for another great edition.